The Bay Bridge and Doyle Drive are two of San Francisco's most traveled highways, and currently are two of the largest construction projects in the state. Construction projects such as these can mean great danger to you as a driver.
Hello, my name is Walter Haynes. As a former highway patrolman, accident reconstructionist, and trial lawyer that specializes in motor vehicle cases, I know what it takes to survive on the nation's freeways. Today we're going to talk about safety tips in construction zones.
Before I became a trial lawyer, I was a California highway patrolman, and the Bay Bridge was one of my beats. So I know this bridge and stretch of roadway well. In 2002, construction began to replace the eastern cantilever section after suffering damage from the 1989 Loma Prieta earthquake. By 2009, the construction that began on the Oakland side reached here to Yerba Buena Island. This roadway, being used by 270,000 drivers every day, had to be redirected. Construction planners designed a kink in the road for 10 lanes of traffic. Critics called this design flaw a deadly trap.
We are now about 5 miles from the Bay Bridge. Doyle Drive is a major connector from San Francisco to the Golden Gate Bridge. And in many respects, Doyle Drive is far more dangerous than the Bay Bridge and its construction zone.
Since 1937, traffic has been flowing at this location of Doyle Drive with a slight curve. But due to construction, kinks have been introduced that, given this location, are deadly.
Before this latest construction began, Doyle Drive was already a notoriously dangerous and compromised roadway.
First, the lanes were narrowed from standard widths to facilitate an increase in traffic volume. There are no escape or emergency shoulders. There are elevation changes coupled with blind curves. And most significantly, there is no center divider between the north and southbound traffic lanes. Why is this and a similar issue at the Bay Bridge a problem? First, drivers, even when notified of a pending curve, do not expect a highway's curvature to be abrupt. Just as no one expects a sharp turn on a bridge, no one expects abrupt turns on an undivided roadway.
Here's the bottom line. When a government agency decides to change the design of a roadway for construction, such as changing a curve to an S-curve on the Bay Bridge as an example behind me, they need to take precautions to warn drivers of the impending hazards. And drivers themselves need to take precautions as well. Here we are traveling on the Bay Bridge. If there was a closure directly ahead of you, the first thing for you to do is to slow your speed. Second is to create a buffer between you and the vehicle directly ahead of you. Third is to raise your visual horizon so you can interpret the information directly ahead of you. And fourth, assume the worst. And if you do so, you can survive on the nation's freeways. The roadways are not always safe, but you can be. I'm Walter Haynes.